Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Just Fit, where I am playing Final Fantasy XIV. Last episode we did some stuff. We sure as hell did some stuff. No, we continue doing more side quests in the Shroud in general, I would say. Now that I'm thinking about it, I remember where I was last at. I was like very confused about like which area I finished off because I remembered needing to do something still. And that would be in the East Shroud, because I still need to unlock the sylphs. And that quest I left alone because I could barely speak last time. Alright. Hello. Walking One will surely go in search of Bumbling One. This one thought Walking One was making a joke, like the time this one stole Bumbling One's undergarments. This one does not understand what Walking One is thinking. This one would leave Bumbling One to bumble on one's own, but oh well. To each one one's own. Jesus. This one saw Bumbling One stumble off towards Large Skull, between this place and Touched One's home. Bumbling One is probably there shivering in stockings, if Bumbling One found stockings anyway, which this one doubts. Be warned, Walking One. The trees have eyes, and report to Touched Ones. Walking One should not rush too quickly to Bumbling One's aid, lest Walking One fall into a nasty trap. Well, you say that. However, there's still a freaking... Oh my god, this fly is still here. Stupid. There's a bug in here and it's gonna piss me off. Alright. Destination. Walking One scribbles letters. Maybe Walking One is Smart One that everyone was talking about. Smart One, ha! Smart One would not stumble so stupidly into these one's domain. Someone help me, they'll eat me alive! Shush, Stupid One. These ones have no need for eating, or did Stupid One not read that in Stupid One's paper stacks? Stupid One is even stupider than this one thought. Now answer this one. Stupid One tries to sneak into these one's homes and kidnap Chosen One's podling, yes? Stupid One will confess, or Stupid One will be Shocky Sizzly One. The Chosen One? Podlings? What are... Aha! Did this one know it, or did this one know it? Jesus. But this one, I was just repeating what you... Silence, this one here's Sneaking One. Who goes there? Or what goes there? Hello. This one knows Boss One. This one has seen Walking One in Little Solace. Walking One is strong, not like Stupid One. Ah, this one will deal with Stupid One another day. Let these ones be off. Insert beetle. Thank you. Oh god, oh god. Hello, voice. A voice of concern. I only just noticed the joke in that fucking quest title. Oh, friend, how can I ever repay you? Why, I thought it was Ghana for sure. Whatever do you suppose got into those cells? The bestiaries described them as such a carefree, fun-loving folk, and my rather limited first-hand experience has been the same. But do tell, to whom do I owe this debt of gratitude? An adventurer dispatched by the Order of the Twin Adder on behalf of little old me. You say, haha, Buster Commander, always looking for his charge. Always looking out for his charge, whatever. Well, I'd like nothing more than to continue this conversation. Would you mind terribly if we did so back at Little Solace? This place is giving me the heebie-jeebies. The heebie-jeebies. Oh boy. Look at this dude. Oh, hello. I said it's good to see you in one piece, friend. Oh, but where are my manners? I've not even properly introduced myself. Voice, Gdanya's foremost scholar of Sylphic customs and lore. At your service. Well, at least that's what I told the commander when I volunteered for this mission. Just between you and me, I'm actually rather new to the field. But I've long been fascinated by the cute little critters, and I thought this the perfect opportunity to make a name for myself. Which reminds me, I was just thumbing through one of the tomes I borrowed from Stillglade Fane, when I came across a particularly fascinating passage of a legendary sylph who is said to possess such power that she controls the very fate of her people. Now, I realize this may sound crazy, but I couldn't help but wonder if this might be the self-same Chosen One that the frightful sylph was. Chosen One, yes. Well, does this one know the legend? Chosen One, the one who embodies the spirit, Jesus, of all trees that ever have lived, or ever will live in these ones for so. Once every 1,000 years, does Chosen One sprout forth, to lead these ones into a new era before returning to slumber. Birth and rebirth, such is the cycle of these one civilizations. 1,000 years, eh? So, if the last recorded sighting of the Chosen One was... Yes, that would mean that the next rebirth would occur in... just give me a moment now. Yes, carried the one and... Elder One, could it be that rebirth of Chosen One is nigh and touched ones are plotting something? Huh, well, I'll be. I believe our sylph friend here has the right of it. This one does not like this at all. Something must be done. Something, yes. Something indeed must be done. And yet many questions of import remain to be answered. Such as where might we find this Chosen One, and what is the true nature of the power she holds? And most importantly of all, where, pray tell, did I misplace my underclothes? I know not if this is related to the coming of the Chosen One, but at Twelvewood is terribly, it's chilly these days. But regardless, I swear now that I shall remain at Little Solace until these mysteries are unraveled. 'Twas not by dumb luck that I was chosen for this task. No, the esteemed leaders of my nation knew that. They knew that. It is rather cold, isn't it? If you'll allow me a moment's respite. I ran off. Whoopsie. Hello. This one is worried. If Chosen One falls into the hands of touched ones, it could mean the end of these ones. Or for these ones. This one must see to the safety of Little Solace. The search for Chosen One, this one would trust the Walking One. Coughing One spouts big words, but has no strength to save these ones. This can be seen by anyone. And so this one turns to Walking One. Will Walking One help these ones? Also, this. Fucking hell. You can count on this one. Thank you, Walking One. Walking One is true friend to these ones. This one will not forget Friendly One's kindness. There we go. More beef stripes. Yay. Tribal quest unlocked. Cool. Self-conscious. My god, I hate this game. Well, let's go to the north right now. And do the quests that are over there. Alright, Godwin. Godwin the Grafted. No. Hail, adventurer. If you would not be averse to courier duty, I have a report that must be delivered to Florentil Spire with all haste. Mind you, this information is highly classified. I trust you to deliver it directly to the hands of the Serpent Lieutenant Fortifo, without sneaking a peek for yourself. Now you say that. However... Hello. How do you fancy Falgord Float, traveller? Fine tea, warm beds, good ale, and good company at the Bobbing Cork. Small wonder that it's many a wayfarer's favourite stop on the road to Curthis. Speaking of the Bobbing Cork, I was sharing a drink and a tale with a traveller just a few bells ago. Apparently the poor fellow imbibed it a bit too heavily, and when he came to, the key to his room was nowhere to be found. What with all the rumours of late, both my friend and the innkeep are worried sick. If you happen to stumble across the key, would you be kind enough to return it to the Cork? You'd be saving more than one man asleep last night. Right. A cozy bed, warm meals, fine spirits. I tell you, friend, ever since I came here, it's like I've died and gone to Nofika's bosom. Go home to Ul'dah, to that ramshackle hovel where nothing awaits but my gill-pinching wife and her endless whining or whinging? Never. Perhaps you can help me. My wife's hired some poor sop to bring me home, but I reckon this'll give him a change of heart. Jesus. That sounds like a beautiful relationship. Healthy houseboy. What do you want? The missus paid me good coin to bring her good-for-nothing husband home. Small envelope contains a brief letter written in shorthand by a tiny man. Your guilt don't mean nothing to me. The missus paid me... What in the hell's? A room on my own here at the Cork, plus all the ale I can drink. Fully paid, courtesy of Gogolada. Get out of my way. I'm going to go give that man a piece of my mind. That's gonna be a situation. Not sure how that's gonna turn out. Hello. Pray help me, friend. I've run clean out of lantern fuel, and I'm feared I won't make it through the night. I've not tried it myself, but I've heard you can fashion makeshift lanterns by sealing those flying balloons inside these air lamps. Of course, it might take some coursing before they goes in, if you know what I mean. Beat them within an inch of their life. And then bottle them. Oh, this is from the fate. I was like, what? Also, whoop, there we go. Give me that key. No, no. I've fallen. Right. Are you weak enough? Nice. Stop laughing at me. It's mean. Yoink. Alright, let's go and deliver these boys. Were you able to fashion some lamps for me, friend? An underdeveloped void-send balloon thrashes about inside the globe, ready to self-destruct at any moment. You're a godsend. Thanks to you, I can get back to digging. Them's golden dar hills, hi-ho. Mayhap you can help me again, friend. Got me eyes set on a new vein of ore. But these legs of mine aren't quite long enough to get me there. Might you be so kind as to set these ladders up for me? I'll do it myself, but these parts have been terribly dangerous so late. Mountaineer's ladder. I was expecting something a little bit bigger, but can't have everything, I suppose. It's not about the size, it's about how you use it. Oh god. I've been tainted by the internet. Truly, you've done me well again. What with all the nasty critters lurking about, I could never have done the job myself. I know not what manner of ore lies in wait, but mark me words. One day I'll strike it rich and leave this place behind for good. Sure, bud. These parts are bound to a particularly ferocious beast. You do well to keep a wide berth, adventure, lest I be left to clean your carcass off the forest floor. A detailed account of the events that have occurred in near Falgord float. A report from Godwin, you say? Let us see. Traveling merchant waylaid by Kikiran bandits, adventurers hand-bitten clean off by feral Zis, etc., etc. Ugh, the usual banalities. What's this? Sightings of a masked man. No casualties yet reported, but vigilance should be exercised. Troubling news indeed. These parts are perilous enough without some masked marauder stirring up trouble. Thank you, friend. Rest assured that the Adder will be on the lookout for this interloper. Oh, that was when we were looking for the Assin over here. The feast that came in the Calamity's wake has rendered Curtis nigh inhospitable. Many of the creatures that once made their homes, there have been forced to migrate, lest they starve. Some arrive on our doorstep with naught else on their mind but defeat. The worst of the beasts are the jackals, who have been spotted not far from this very spire. Adventurer, we call upon your skill to dispatch these beasts before they make a meal of some unguarded traveler. This beg your pardon, feathered dodo meat will serve admirably as bait. As a wood whaler, it is my sworn duty to protect my nation from the ixal. Yet, as a Gridanian, it pains me to see the trees around me wither and die while we are off fighting battles. Shroud hairs have grown destructive of late, gnawing away at trees and ripping shrubs from the ground. Yet we cannot very well tell the birdmen to stay their spears while we hunt oversized slugs, can we? And so I turn to you, adventure. Pour this week-old ale over the scarred trees, and the culprit should be along in short order. It would bring the wood much succor if you could put them down. They must be put down. Having been left uncovered for a few days, this cheap ale-poured blue has lost all of its bubbles. Sad. Shroud hair. There we go. KFC. Kentucky Fried Chicken. Finger looking good, as they say. You know what? I've actually never eaten Kentucky Fried Chicken. And I don't think I ever will, really. Can't really say that I'm much of a fan of, like, of the fast food, as they say. Not particularly something that I look forward to or really need. There's my double damage. My double D. Oof. That's a lot of damage. With a decent wind, the stench of rotting dodo meat can carry you for moms, attracting all manners of creatures. Wild jackals approach. There you go. Good. So quiet in this game. It's ridiculous. Hello. We are most grateful. This kind of situation would not have arisen ere the calamity came and made Curtis nigh uninhabitable to its local fauna. With their water hoarded in vaults of ice and their herbage held under the snow, the larger beasts have become positively infernal in their need to survive. Take heed if you head northbound, for know that you are riding into battle. Thank you, adventure. I can battle the Ixal with a clear conscience now, knowing that those like you are friends to the forest. Florental, whose name the spire bears, was one of the greatest heroes from the time of Gridania's founding. His martial exploits were exceeded only by his love for the forest. And his love for Eugenia, the namesake of our sister spire. Ah, do such tales of yore not set your heart aflutter? Sure. Also, you have another quest. As you have proven yourself a capable ally, I would entrust to you a task more ambitious than the slaying of hares. Mayhap you have encountered curious constructs of living stone in these parts. They emerged from the sunward landscape in the wake of the calamity, and their numbers have only burgeoned thenceforth. For each one we slay, another rises to the surface to take its place. My comrades and I are at wit's end. It is clear that we must take this battle to the source. There is a researcher by the name of Jon Epokan, who frequents the bobbing cork in Valgard Float. I suspect she might be able to shed light on the matter. Take the sealing vessel and capture the living soulstone of one of the golems, mind you. Mind you will have to weaken the brute first. Deliver the soulstone to Jon Epokan, that's a word and a half, or a name, and see if she cannot ascertain a golem's origin. Golem. There we go. Sealing vessel. Yoink. And now we can go back to Valgard. 6'5". 7 and 5, and then these are all like in the 50s. Oh, not in the 50s, but in the 30s. Quite interesting indeed, yes. Hello. Haha! It would seem your efforts were a success. My wife's associate just stopped by a moment ago. Seems he wanted to express his gratitude in person. Down a pint of ale and dashed off into his room, where he's sleeping quite soundly. His rather conspicuous snoring is any guide. Ah, the comforts of life on the road. Bloody sauce! Sauce? That's why I always say, if you can't hold your liquor, stick to tea. I'm sorry. Do you have something for me? Tiny room key. Why, I've been searching everywhere for that key. You're a godsend, friend. You must forgive me. The rumors of late of a suspicious masked man in these parts, and they've got both me and my customers on edge. En route, thanks to you, that ale-swilling fool can sleep soundly in his bed tonight. You do well to find safe lodgings as well, friend. And even more quests. Oh lord. Yum Epicon. Why, that's me. At least that's who I think I am. Did you need something from me? Living soulstone. Though removed from the body, the heart of a golem still throbs with magic. Gummus polems. I fear I'm not familiar with them. Pumice golems, on the other hand. Oh god. Origan has told me all about them. Let us see what you've brought me now. Oh, I can just feel it pulsing with energy. You've certainly found a live one, haven't you? I must begin my analysis straight away. Now, where did I put my glasses? Oh boy. You see that painting over there? Well, of course you can. It's covered in a fortnight's worth of dust, thanks to my do-nothing employees. I dust them off, then right off myself, but I reckon the sluggards would better learn their lesson if they saw a customer like yourself doing the deed. What do you say? A few swishes with this chocobo duster should do the trick, and I'll make it worth your while. In all truth, friend, I would like nothing more than to return home to Ul'dah where my loving wife awaits. That is were it not for a small complicated matter. My wares, you see, were stolen to me by the positively frightful band of Kikiran thieves encamped to the south. Why, were I to return home empty-handed, my wife's wrath would make the calamity look like a mere brush fire. Not a minor brush fire, sorry. No, I fear I have no choice but to prolong my stay. A simple duster woven from chocobo feathers. No chocobos were harmed in the making of this handy household cleaning. That's nice. Master. There we go. Let's go and get those wares from them Kikiran. Kikiran. I still like how these enemies just don't give a crap when you're high enough level. I love that so much. Like, oh yeah, we stole these supplies, and then I just come strolling into the camp, and they're like, "Don't move, everybody. As long as you don't move, she won't see you." Hello. Thanks, friend. If one of my employees shared the love of fine art that you and I do, eh? The painting upstairs especially, don't ask me why, but the lonesome figure standing there gazing off into the distance. I'm not usually the sentimental type, but it stirs something inside me. Is he wistfully remembering adventures long past, or stealing his nerves for a battle to come? Sadly, what with the artist's identity and mystery, we might never know. Oh, well, woe is me, merchant without his wares is not worth a lump of dunk? Yeah, no, dung. How can I ever show my face to my dearest wife again? Good stolen by the merchant. My wares? Why, wherever did you find them? The Kikiran camp, exactly as I told you? Preposterous. Why, I didn't think you'd actually, That is to say, I'm in your debt once again, friend. Thanks to you, I can at long last return to Ul'dah, where my loving wife awaits. Then again, there are those nasty rumors going around of late. Masked man was it? Indeed, the roads may not yet be safe. Though it pains me so, I fear I have no recourse but to sojourn here a while longer. Just look at the time. Whatever's keeping her. My apologies, friend. You've caught me in a fretful humor. A young girl has reserved a room with me tonight, yet she's nowhere to be found. There's ill rumor about these parts of late. Try as I might, I can't help but fear the worst. Might you be so kind as to go and check if she's well? Thank you, friend. Why, I thought I was done for. One moment I was standing here enjoying the scenery, while my chocobo enjoyed a much-deserved nap, and the next sent shivers down my spine just to recall it. And he wrote, "Please thank the innkeep for his concern, and tell him I will be on my way as soon as my bird awakes." And then we go back. So much that we go forward and back, and then forward and back. Anyway. Hello. The girl's safe? Thank you, friends. Those are the best tidings I've received all day. And here I'd feared the worst. Why, if she'd ended up in the clutches of that masked... Well, I mustn't think such ill thoughts. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'd best get back to work. Something tells me the girl will be needing a warm bed and a hot meal more than ever now. How many quests do you have? My dear lady, I dare say you're more reliable than the rest of my hired help put together. For better or for worse, this means I've got another job for you. I've got 3 basket lunches here that need delivering to Finder's Bluff. After the last adventurer scarfed down 3 boxes on his own and ran off without paying his tab, I need someone I can trust. Going back to the miners. Do you mind? I'm insane. Laughing Fury. Digging for gold day and night sure works up an appetite. Is it time for supper yet? Bob and Cork's round famous basket lunch, filled with freshly made finger food from the forest. What a master Lewin's special basket lunch as well. Don't mind if I do. Bloody hog and adventure stealing the food of honest hard-working men. Are my eyes to be believed? Thank you, friend. It's good to know some adventures can still be trusted. Will my tummy not stop rumbling? Tummy, I command you, cease your rumbling. From Lewin, you say? My tummy and I are much obliged. Proceeds to continue smoking. Jeez. Hey, Lewin's famous basket lunch has hit the spot, eh? I thought as much. The prospectors at Finder's Bluff aren't just digging for personal fortune, you know. Each ounce of gold that helps this region thrive and prosper, I'm happy to return the favor. You've gone above and beyond for me, and for this you have my thanks. Next time you fancy an ale, a tale, or just a respite from the road, know that there's always a place for you here at the Bob and Cork. There we go. Dang diddly done. And now we need to go in this way. The nose knows. What is this, freaking Persona? Hello. If you want for work, I have need of an adventure willing to dirty your hands. No, I speak not of dark deeds. I mean only to have you deliver something. I myself would not venture deep into the tosswood, but you seem more than capable of defending yourself. My colleague Gillian will furnish you with the item in question and provide all the necessary directions. She should be somewhere behind the stables, supervising the field hands. If you got a mind to make yourself useful, why don't you call some Mitelins for us? We train a lot of chocobos here and see, and and the young'uns go wild when they get a sniff of Mitelin. Some even throw their bloomin' riders. Let me tell you, it ain't easy training a chocobo when she drops you on your head every time she sees a shadow. We've been getting nowhere with the birds lately. If you get rid us of a few Mitelins, we'd be in your debt. Jesus. Learn to speak properly, please. Can I even enter this place? Well, normally I should, but I think, yeah, I'm just behind you. Hello. Well, I'll be. Fionn actually found something willing to lend a hand. Grab one of them burlap sacks over yonder atop the crate, eh? Tain't the most convenient location, to be sure, but where else can we store that stinking shite? Wow. No, nowhere a visiting customer might catch a whiff, that's for sure. Deliver it to Nolanel down at Blessed Bud. That's west of here, in case you're wondering. Seems my conjurer friend takes his gardening pretty blimmin' seriously. Burlap sacks. Mmm. Right, let's go and kill some Mitlins. Six whole Mitlins. And then some ladybugs. Let me go and do this, and then one of these. Right. That odor. Sniff. Is that what I think it is? Praise be to the elementals, I cannot thank you enough for your kindness. This bounty of chocobo manure shall nourish the plants and ensure their continued growth. Please relay my sincerest thanks to Vion upon your return to Treespeak Stables. And a word of advice, wash your hands quickly, lest the cloying stench of feces lingers. I guess I'll go and finish off these quests. And then get the other one a little bit to the north. Hello. Welcome back, friends. I gathered from the smell that the task is complete. Oh my, did I neglect to inform you of the sack's contents? I cannot apologize enough. That would certainly explain why you agreed to help when countless others turned their noses up at the idea, so to speak. Well, what's done is done. Please accept this for your troubles, along with my thanks. Yay! Thank you for the help. We can finally get back to training the young birds. Chocobos are skittish by nature, see? Sorry. Jeez. And training them takes a deal of patience. It don't make the task any easier that soldiers and adventurers tend to ride them towards danger, rather than away from it. And I wrote, we're grateful for the help. Here's a small token for our gratitude. You had to have more, huh? I haven't forgotten how you helped us out with the Mitlins, speaking of which. If you've got a bit of time to spare, could I trouble you to gather some aphids? You can find them living in the tangled undergrowth near Blessed Bud, but don't be surprised if your presence attracts a starving ladybug or two. They're rather fond of the wee Valken, you say. When you've gathered the aphids, deliver them to Captain Giltheth over at its Spire, and tell him Treespeak Stable sent his regards. Wait, whoopsie. Still need to grab the things. There we go. And that works out perfectly, because the next quest is right over there. Also, FYI, this quest, we're going to do this one a little bit later. That one is going to require a lot. What's that? You have something for me? Yes, aphids. Ah, aphids from Botwine. This is indeed a blessing. What use have we for aphids, you ask? Why, they're oil, of course. There's naught better for maintaining our weapons. Were it not for your timely delivery, I would have been forced to send a sentry to replenish our dwindling supplies. I'll have to thank Botwine personally. And thanks to you as well, friend. You had to have another quest, of course. Ah, Lynn, just the person. Your efforts on behalf of Treespeak Stables marks you out as a genuine talent. If you have confidence in your battlecraft, mayhap you would agree to help us in our fight against the Ixal. According to reports, Ixali scouts have been sighted by the river due west of here. That area is uninhabited, it borders Treespeak Stables and Blessed Bud. We mean to drive them off before they can threaten our people. If several of their scouting parties were to be summarily dispatched, it might give their leader cause to doubt the wisdom of their plan. Slay 2 Ixali Dull Talons, 2 Ixali Lostwing, and 2 Ixali Slowbeaks. Show them the price they must pay for setting foot in our territory. You've come to lend a hand, have you? Well then, you're welcome to a task from my seemingly never-ending list. I'll need you to head west along the road and scrub down two of the malmstones. I swear by Nafaka, those signs accumulate dirt and grime with almost unnatural haste. Speak with Kajawana at Treespeak Stables once you've seen to them. She'll be glad to hear the malmstones are clean. For the next few bells, at least. I am a guard. What do I do? Clean stones. Let's time to fight some Exile. We're also all connected to other enemies. Yay. My favorite. There we go, and then we have 2 more of these boys who are going to aggro. Okay, not that much. Okay, I thought they were gonna aggro like all the bugs do. But no. No, they did not. And thus I am free. It was bloody work, but it had to be done. Your service to Gudani will not be forgotten. Thanks to you, we now have time to plot our next move. We could muster our forces and take the battle to the Birdmen, or consolidate our defenses before they return. I must needs consult with the commander. Hello. Was that you've been cleaning lobstones? Why, thank you. With all that you're certainly doing around here, I was afraid they would be left to get even filthier. It's not just that they're an eyesore, by the way, in that state. The creatures here are wont to lay their eggs on them. And as to why, well, I can only assume their preferred nesting trees are in short supply these days. Be it as it may, we can't have monsters hatching from roadside signs. These paths are dangerous enough as it is. Perhaps a sprinkling of sting brew would help keep the beasts away. Did you hear about the meta of Hurstmill? Apparently, Oppo-Oppos crept into her stores and made off with her Muntoy beans. Ordinarily, Oppo-Oppos wouldn't go near them, what with their foul odor and even fouler taste. But food has become scarce of late. Truth be told, a good many of us are glad to be rid of the stench. Still, I can't stand to see the meta so dispirited. Would you track down these thieving Oppo-Oppos and recover the Muntoy beans? I'm told 6 bags were taken all told. The meta is well respected by all the women of Hurstmill, so it would do you well to earn her favor. So be polite, smile, and don't interrupt if she goes off on one of her tangents. Hurstmill lies just to the north here. You'll like to run into Oppo-Oppos on the way. With luck, you may even encounter the bean thieves themselves. Me and the boys at 1 PM looking for beans. Oppo. Not like these enemies. Well, I dislike having to deal with them, honestly. Because they're a pain in the ass to deal with. Because they are ranged enemies, and ranged enemies are the worst. Because it's difficult to stack them up. There we go. And now I need to go to the north, okay. Far, far to the north. Hello, random chocobo keep. I ain't seen your face around here before. My sworn duty to keep the peace in Hurstmill and protect her from them as would do her people harm. If you mean to stay for a spell, you'll have to prove you can be trusted. Ours ain't a large community, and we've hardly any fighting folk, so there's always a need for battle-savvy types, with all them beasties lurking here about. As it happens, we've been suffering from an outbreak of midges of late. The beggars are driving out our patrols to distraction. Now, if you were to exterminate, say, half a dozen swarms, we'd know you for a friend. I guess I can just go and do this. Over here. Half a dozen, they say. Let's go this way. Just ignore these enemies, they're not really worth it. Okay. Good. You've done us a kindness and proven yourself capable besides. Take this for the Hearst Mill's thanks. Ah, before you go, I've thought of something else you can do for us. Oh god. Would you mind going to the hedge tree and seeing that all's well? Since ancient times, the tree has guarded these woods with her holy presence. Lately, though, we've been hearing reports of exile pecking around in the vicinity. No more than scouts, I'd wager, but if they were to lay their filthy hands on the hedge tree, well, it don't bear thinking about, so I'd be much obliged if you head southeast to the hedge tree and see that there's no harm come to her. Oh, and if you chance to encounter any exile, send them packing. Be warned, though, the birdmen ain't like to take their leave without a fight. Make sure you go well prepared and keep your eyes peeled, alright? Also, hello. I suppose there's nothing to be done. What's that, young lady? You have something for me? A hempen bag filled halfway with ripened muntoy beans. My missing bag of muntoy beans, but how? You didn't track down those wretched oppos, did you? I'd all but given up hope before you arrived, but with these beans, I can make enough muntoy tonic for everyone in Hearstmill. As long as I have enough microchew leaflets to flavor it, there should be no complaints. Speaking of which, my son drank unflavored muntoy tonic the other day. One of his friends challenged him to do it, he said. And do you know what? He drank the whole cup in one great gulp without making so much as a face. Oh, he grows stronger and braver by the day. Nay, the very hour. Either that or my secret recipe is rather more delicious than I imagined. Now to think about it, a good many people have described the taste as unforgettable. And more, of course. Can I please talk to you? Hello? I'm right-clicking on you. Okay. Drink your beans, dear. Oh dear. If I'm to make this much muntoy tonic, I'll need far more microchew leaflets. Young lady, would you be so kind as to fetch me 4 leaflets from the microchews outside the hamlet? I'm whipping up a fresh batch of muntoy tonic, you see. Oh, it's a lovely drink, absolutely bursting with nutrients and goodness. I'll have you know, I always drink at least 1 cup a day. The last few people share my passion for healthy living. Truth be told, most won't touch the stuff, not unless you add microchew leaflets anyway. Apparently the taste and the smell are too distracting or some such nonsense. Oh, but listen to me prattling on like an Ishgardian priest. I shall stop talking and start stirring. Well, don't you stand there, dear. Run along and fetch me those leaves. This batch will be ready soon, and it'll be such a shame if no one could drink it but me. Let's also go and get this quest. You have the look of an adventure. Adventurers love little tasks, do they not? Well, I need you to head into the forest and pick a glimmshroom for me. You haven't the faintest idea what a glimmshroom is, do you? Glimmshroom is the common name of a variety of fungus with a unique white phosphorescence. What did you say? A glowing mushroom? Yes, I suppose you could put it that way. There's a colony on the rock face in the southwest of Peace Garden. But do not simply pick the first one you come across. The brightest glowing mushroom you can find, if you please. Well, yes, I would love to be able to harvest glimmshrooms for myself, but there is the small matter of exiled scouts. Not terribly friendly, those chaps. Off you go then. Meow. It sounds so sad when I die. I'm also going to do something like this, which was not close enough. Sad. The etch tray. You sense a hostile presence. Exiled scouts. Yeet. I do wonder what scaff would even be like. What kind of damage would it do to somebody? It looks like just like some form of an impact, basically, like a strong impact. That's what scaff looks like to me. So in exile, did you? Ha! Bloody birds will think twice before coming near our hamlet. Exile once dwelt in the Twellswood, you know, but not long ago they woke the Green Wrath and were driven out. Needless to say, they weren't best pleased with us Gridanians. They weren't best pleased when us Gridanians took their place here. It's none other than this resentment what kindled their hatred for us. But I expect I'm boring you. By the fen and the edge tree, you've once more proven yourself a friend to Earthmill. If you can spare a moment, I ask that you speak with others in the hamlet. Many of us here could use a hand, and I can think none better to assist them. Ah, you're back. Did you manage to find the microchew leaflet I asked for? A tender fleshy leaf taken from a microchew. Let's see. Yep, that's 4. Sniff, sniff. Ah, such a lovely scent. Now you gathered all the 4 I asked for, and not one more, yes? Oh, I know I shouldn't have to ask, but these days more and more people forget to only take what they need. If we are to live in harmony with the wood, we must respect life and remember what it means to take it. Never be wasteful. Know the value of life, and know the value of our time here in this world. That's why I always live my life to the fullest, wasting nary a moment and nary a word. Nay, not as much as a single one. Remember, if you mean to remain within the Twelve-Sword, you must ever be mindful to show respect and gratitude to the forest and to the elementals. You know, you remind me of my son. He's a good boy, but sometimes forgets what it means to be Gridanian. Why, just the other day I caught him and his friends throwing muntoy beans at each other. Needless to say, I was terribly cross. Who wouldn't be? And all set to give them a memorable scolding when I noticed they were playing in teams and that my son was leading the winners. Alright. Oh, I know I shouldn't have been proud, but when I saw the way that he marshaled his troops, by which I mean his friends, it was so clear that to me he was a born leader. Where was I? Oh yes, you see, later that day I was cooking dinner and he, quite without prompting, offered to wash the vegetables. Such a good boy, you know. Yeah, goodbye. Wasting nary a word. Were you able to find the Grimshaw? A variety of fungus found in peach garden naturally emits a soft white glow. Ah, would you look at that glow? Perfect. This will help me mix a potent remedy for the creeping death. To forestall the obvious question, the creeping death is a deadly plague that once ravaged the huron population of Gridania. Though it can now be cured simply through simple conjuring, it doesn't hurt to have a ready supply of the medicine. After all, out here in Hurstmill, we cannot always rely on a conjurer to be on hand whenever a youngling coughs. Thank the matron for wandering adventures, though, huh? Right. And now we have the kindness of strangers. Pardon me, my lady. Might you be the adventurer of whom 8-Bird spoke so highly? If you would but spare a moment. I've never thought myself a popular girl, and men rarely give me cause to believe otherwise. Yet lately I've been the recipient of several gifts. Sparkling jewels and fine silks over which a prouder maiden than I would surely swoon. All from an anonymous admirer. Naturally I was flattered, but I knew nothing of my mysterious benefactor. And so I endeavored to seek him out. Only to discover that he is none other than Aelbert, an infamous rogue wanted for countless robberies in Gridania. I realize now that all of his presents were taken from others, and that I have unwittingly won the affections of a dangerous criminal. But that's not all. With his latest gift came a request. He insists that we meet in the woods outside Hurstmill, where he intends to present me with his most precious gift. I am at a loss. I beg of you, my lady, will you not go in my stead? I wish only to be left in peace, but I fear a man such as he may be driven to violence when made to hear such words. I pray no harm comes to you. Aelbert lost. Yeet. All for naught. I give thanks that you're unharmed at least. A letter for me? A sweetly scented letter dropped by Aelbert. My dearest Emeria, I pray this letter finds you well. I know my gifts were sudden and many, but I hope they were to your liking. Seeing you in the first summer of your womanhood, I could restrain myself no longer. My thoughts have been only of you these past many moons, of what gifts might bring you happiness. Yet to see you smile from afar is not nearly enough. I long to live together with you in Hurstmill, and nothing would bring me greater joy. I would give you a grand garden, filled with the white chamomile you love so. What the hell's happening? But such dreams can never come true. My crimes are known, and will never be forgiven. The most I can hope for is for you to know my heart. That would grant me a measure of peace. And so, if it does not cause you distress, I would write to you again. Yours ever, Aelbert. Whoopsie. Thank you for bringing this letter to me. Thank you for bringing me this letter, Lynn. His most precious gift, I understand now. But how did you know my favorite flower? Is Aelbert? No, it can't be. Anyway, we must return the presents to their rightful owners. I know it will not erase this, Aelbert's sins, but perhaps the 12 will view him more kindly. Forgive me this final request, but could you go to Gridania and speak with a woman named Mion? You should find her in the Carline canopy. Tell her of all that transpired here today. She'll know what to do. Nod. Are these people like, oh, they're in battle stands and scared because the Oppo-Oppos are attacking town? I see. Well, anyway, later! I need to go back over here, though, to unlock the Ixal. Actually, I can't even do that, because I don't have a crafter or gatherer, I just remembered. Oh well. Yeah, you need a crafter and or gatherer to do those quests, so... You will do that once I get to those. Message from Ameria of Hurstmere, you say? I see. Oh, Aelbert, you fool. I'll deal with the stolen goods. Worry not. Yes, I know of the boy and his family. He once lived in this very town. One day, he stole a handful of chamomile seeds from an influential merchant in the Ebony Stalls, you see. This boy had a sister, and chamomile was her favorite flower. Seeking only to make his sister happy, I doubt he grasped the gravity of his acts. Regardless, his parents felt that he had brought terrible shame to the family, and so they disowned him. Cast out of hearth and home, he grew desperate, and those who think only of survival think little of law. A common enough tale, perhaps, but no less tragic for it. And now you know the truth. The sister Aelbert loved so dearly is Ameria. Ameria was too young to remember when Aelbert left, so her parents decided to conceal his existence. However, a word of the boy's banishment soon spread, and her parents were forced to move to Hurstmill to maintain the fiction. By now, Ameria surely heard rumors of her long-lost brother, though a gentle girl like her would never question her parents' honesty, and whatever faint memories she once may have had are long gone. But Aelbert was never forgotten, has never forgotten Ameria. Despite the danger, I suspect he now keeps close to Gridania, refusing to leave his beloved sister a second time. I'll send Ameria some chamomile seeds by way of thanks for helping us to recover the stolen goods. If only it were as simple as returning them to the rightful owners. Sadly, Aelbert's crimes will not be so easily forgiven. But perhaps, by the time these seeds have sprouted and their flowers bloomed, he will have found a new path. That's surprisingly in-depth quest, really. Alright, my friends, I hope you enjoyed this episode of this. I was playing Final Fantasy XIV, and next episode we are going to go and begin with the side quest in Curthus, Central Highlands. And then after we are done with those, we are going to go to Mordona. And after those, then we're going to start doing some other stuff, like some of the bigger quest lines and content related stuffs. Probably also crafting at some point. Crafting and gathering. Anyway, goodbye.